My name is Justin Schneider, born and raised in Broward County. The reputation that Schlesinger has, and that's kind of what drew me to join this firm. We work very hands-on, and it's very collaborative. a case may be assigned to me, but I'm not the only one going to be seeing it. And we just, really care more, I think, compared to other firms that I've seen and even worked at. We value the client relationship a lot and actually trying to do what's best by them as opposed to just taking a quick settlement.
Awesome. Yeah. And I guess that's fulfilling for you as well. Is that something that drives you?
Yeah, I mean, when you're just handling a case and it's just about the money and it's just a quick flip, it gets very boring and it's kind of just like moving paper. That's kind of what I say, just moving files and moving stuff, but you're not really getting in the nit and gritty of it and not really working up a case. And, when you're at these other firms that just flip cases really quickly, mistakes are bound to happen and you don't know the file or case as well as you should. Probably don't speak to your client enough. And so, coming here, I have the time to actually do that. And that's, what we are focused on.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to jump back real quick. What are your hobbies? What's something you do for fun?
Besides working, it's I try and work out every single day. And when I'm not doing that, I'm honestly working on my videos, scripting ideas, because something that I've always enjoyed is kind of, I guess, teaching in some aspect that, my videos that I make for social media are teaching. And, originally my idea was explain all the misconceptions in the law, because it's one of the things I've realized since becoming an attorney and just talking to all my friends is that in the news, in TV, there's so many misconceptions and people don't even realize it's not that case. Take Suits, for example. Everybody thinks Suits is how being a lawyer is like, but I tell people Suits is the least accurate lawyer show of all time. And so, kind of want to dispel all those misconceptions out there.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, cool. I'm gonna have you bring this arm like in a little bit.
This
that
one?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I know the tendency is to go like this,
Mm-hmm.
but every time you tap that,
It makes noise.
I'm like, I gotta bring that down, bring that. But you're good. So hopefully, and I don't mind you gesturing and everything.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
totally fine.
And I just wanted to mention thing, you might want to let people know that you make these videos,
Okay.
because that part was left out. And also, you said this house. What does that mean? This office?
Well, I mean,
Well,
yeah.
when he was talking about like it being like a location in Fort Lauderdale, like this house,
Yeah, I guess,
But-
it is a giant house essentially, so, but no, I guess that's a good point. The uniqueness of this building, like you notice it.
Right.
Got it.
Driving
I
by
didn't know
it.
what we were talking.
Yeah.
I thought you meant this.
Yeah, everyone knows this building.
Yeah,
You
Growing
know,
up down here.
exactly.
right. Except for people like me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure.
So I'll have you just chat a little bit more about the videos that you make. I have a channel or
Yeah.
something.
So, I have a YouTube, Instagram channel on, basically every social media account platform right now. And, it's something that I've had a passion for or desire because I've always wanted to kind of, I guess, teach. And to some point it's teaching and education. I guess I've always felt like I've been good at that. But I wanted to make it because right away out of law school I realized there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Even when I was in law school, you'd see things in the news and you'd realize that's just not how it works in real life. And these are reporters reporting things that are supposed to be credible, and you see it in TV and people know TVs and movies are fake, but they don't even know what parts are fake. And so, it's something that I originally had this idea while I was at the state attorney's office in Miami-Dade. But when you're working for the government, it's everything you do is critiqued and couldn't really post publicly because you're representing the government at that time. And so it's things I started working on back there, some ideas, and just over the years it's kind of developed. And now finally I'm at a firm, at a place where I can actually do it, and trying to just explain kind of the law. And what's difficult and challenging is the law is very complicated. And it's complicated, and what makes it so hard in these videos is trying to take a complicated topic and simplify it, but at the same time try and make it interesting to the average person.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. Okay, cool. So you did touch a little bit. Well, actually, let's talk a little bit about.
I guess I should have said also the name of the channel.
I was gonna ask you.
I don't
Is that
think
okay?
it's necessary because
Okay.
I think you spoke generally, but
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I mean, I can put it up on the screen if you want, or like a. Is it okay if
I don't
we
know.
have them? Okay, yeah. So if they don't mind, I'll put it up on the screen. But
I'll
if
find
they
out.
do, I'll leave it off. Okay. So let's chat a little bit about a specific without saying the specific names, a case that was impactful to you and why.
So I can say, I don't know if it was so much about the case, but it was more about the client. I do have one client who, he went through a tough point in his life. His brother actually was very sick, and my client, he's a chef. And he told me how he had to quit his job because his brother got sick with a very rare condition. So he had to quit his job and start taking care of his brother. At that same time, he got involved in a car accident that I represented him on. So just knowing how much he needed the money, and that I was actually able to help him in this case, as well as put something in his pocket. His prior attorney told me that he didn't even think it was going to be more than like $50,000. I ended up getting him over $300,000. So, to actually see the client, kind of cry when this happened, or joy, that just kind of meant a lot to me. And to know that it's going to somebody who quit his job as a chef to help take care of his brother, just somebody who actually really, deserved it, in my opinion.
That's awesome.
I didn't know if I should have mentioned money or not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either, because 300 is is big, but it's not like
It's not millions.
millions.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, you could
We'll
say.
You might edit that out.
Sorry,
Uh-huh. I can
As long as-
re-say it. I
Yeah.
guess.
Or,
I'm just
it's just nice that, the previous lawyer gave, a number fitting for that type of firm. But, once
I don't say I got like 5 times more.
Yeah,
right,
I was gonna say,
exactly,
like, what he's
exactly.
expecting. Yeah.
That's what, that would be key,
Okay.
So, one case comes to mind is my client who was in a really bad car accident and, taken to the hospital immediately after. And at the start, he retained another law firm. And, what was so impactful about this is, when he was telling me his life story, and, that's how we take it an extra step here, is we actually get to know our clients. And he's telling me how his brother got very sick, and he was a chef at the time, my client, and he had to quit his job in order to take care of his brother and help out around the house and things like that. And so he really needed this money. He was struggling, somebody who's so selfless like that, somebody who you really want to help. It's not somebody who's taking advantage of the system. And finally, when his case settled, he started to cry. He was crying out of joy. And, one of the things that really hit me is he told me his prior attorney he retained told him that he was only going to get X amount of dollars, and I got him like 5 times that amount. And so he never thought in a million years the settlement would be the value that it was.
And how would that impact you?
And, I guess it impacted me in more than one way. One, it's, you're actually helping somebody who needs it, and money's going to a good place. And number 2, it kind of frustrates me that there are so many other firms out there who really will just take the first offer. And so many times we get clients, and I get phone calls from potential clients calling me and, complaining about their current attorney a year or 2 years in, and sometimes it's too late to really help them. So luckily in this case, it wasn't that long into the case, and we were able to help the client.
That's awesome. Perfect. Okay, cool. Alright, so. Okay, cool. I'm gonna jump to your specific topic here.
Do you want some water? You okay?
I'm good right now.
Sure.
Yeah. I just ate, that's why it's like,
I can get you, if you want some water, I can get you some.
it's good.
This was auto accidents, I believe.
Actually, yeah, my mouth is getting dry.
Got you.
Yeah, he's our auto guy.
Alright, well,
so
I
auto
have the auto
accidents.
stuff
Okay, good.
last time. Alright, it was nice meeting you.
Like
Nice to meet you.
first steps, how to prepare, what to think about, and then talk about that type of insurance. Because yeah, and I'll be right back with your water.
Make sure I didn't mess this up. I don't think I
Oh,
did.
sure.
I see
I'll
him.
double check.
He looks good. There's headroom. They're still good. Everything's all good.
Thank you.
Okay.
wait for your water,
Okay.
just so she can walk